Yo, morning guys, welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. Just drinking some water, but this is the psychiatric self-therapeutic multimedia project, as well as a self-improvement process. You're like a summary as well as a breakdown as to what this channel is, and just in general what the project is all about, how we break it down into domains of life, sub-series, analogies, and so on and so forth, including the live streaming schedule and the copyright-free music. You can find that all in the previous live stream straight to January 2021 for the past 3.5 years. It's all there. Without further ado, let's just dive into what we want to cover today, which is the second portion, table of contents. We're just going to breeze through roughly about 7 segments. The good majority is going to be on media assets that you see right here before you, on a variety of different topics, a little bit of storytelling, a little bit of background, and commentary on things like vaccination, the pandemic, obviously, some new partnerships for a side business that I'm working with, some food, diet, nutrition that I missed up from yesterday, as well as some quotes from a channel of mine that I follow from, I think it's on Instagram or something like that, but generally speaking, I'm not too active there, but I do see that there is one thing that I do like to follow, is that Stoic Reflections. So there's a little biggest shout out on them, and just showcase something that's over on the side here a little bit. So that's what we're going to talk about in the first and maybe the third segment today. The third segment and the sixth segment kind of blended together because it has to do, first of all, with diet and nutrition in the very middle, but then we have all the rest of the other things, which are more abstract things that are digitally related. After that, we're gonna get up and move around in the maybe fifth or fourth segment, fifth or sixth segment, where we just kind of move up and try to take care of some organization and logistics. But I don't think there's too much I have to do except for cover these supplements over here, so it's going to be a very short logistical stream in terms of any movement or active stuff. And then after that, we'll see if there are any comments, and we'll try to reply to you guys if you want to leave anything. Any memes don't have to be super serious, right? Doesn't have to be extremely intact. I will leave a quick 2-minute disclaimer here, of course, that of course the reason why things are a little bit more serious and monotone is because this is, first of all, supposed to be a high utility stream, and I had to actually be able to get something out of my streams. In other words, this is about a little bit of productivity in a sense, for lack of better words, efficiency, and using this Ahn Rho project is almost like an extension of myself, a digital tool. That's one analogy. Another analogy that it is I also have to be real, raw, and genuine. It means I have to cover the good, the bad, and the ugly, my emotional insecurities, my own emotional baggage, all that kind of stuff. And that's because this is, by analogy, also a different analogy. The Ahn Rho Project is somewhat like a time record of my life as well. So it doesn't serve me any purpose. I'm not going to shy away from non-PC topics. It doesn't serve me any purpose if I'm not honest. So I have to be honest. Okay. With that being said, let's dive right into it. The first thing we want to cover are just a bunch of things we missed out on yesterday. And it does say in the title, it's like work, rush, work, and that's largely because I'm gonna be honest with you, I am late for work. Probably says vaccination as well, stuff like that. But I'm trying to finish all this and get to work earlier than I was yesterday, which arrived too late. So we have at the very bottom. Okay, let's start the middle, the diet and food. We have this Usana Booster C, which is like a powdered with vitamin C blend of ascorbates and glutamates and stuff like that. But then we also at the top there have a plus all the supplements next to glucerna, which is just, you can pick that up from Walmart. It's just a meal replacement. So that was the stuff I added to my oatmeal yesterday that I forgot to capture, or I didn't forget to capture, but I captured in the last 30 seconds of the stream, and that's not quite doing it justice. This is a pretty good high-res photo. This is something I could share. Moving that to the side, so that's what I ate yesterday that I forgot to take a photograph of. That's fine. I should mention today that I also ate some class 2 items, class 2 meaning things for my guardians, some bread, some biscuit, pretzel stuff. I'm not supposed to touch anything that's from them, really, because of 3 decades domestic issues, but I did, and that's my fault, my responsibility. Gotta take care of that. Make sure not to touch food like that stuff ever again, but I did. Moving on. Okay, the next thing. Okay, so there were pretzel biscuits that I don't have a photograph of today, maybe tomorrow, as well as a banana cake. Sorry. So that's something else that's food related. So we can move that diet, nutrition, food aside, inventory. Let's cover these digital aspects. So this is like the fifth part of the stream, and we have a variety of different things here. We have this Usana thing. Diving into partnership with the U.S. swim team. That's quite phenomenal, I think. We have this kind of statement right here, proud partner, and it goes into Salt Lake City and stuff like that. And so, of course, 4,500 athletes with Usana Health Sciences. Again, there's a side business in R&D, research and development that I'm involved in when it comes to biocellular nutrition and all that kind of jazz. So it's interesting. It's a great company, and I don't want to affiliate myself too close with them when I'm doing the Ahn Rho Project. This is my own project. Make sure you understand. Nothing I do here is an endorsement or anything by any means like an official partnership with them. I'm just covering my personal life here, and this is just some kind of stuff that that is related. So I'm just very happy that Usana has been able to partner with yet another Olympic level association, which is great. Okay, moving on. So there's more testimonials obviously from that, and obviously safety is not too much of a concern if Olympic level athletic organizations are partnering with this center. So that's great. Okay, moving on, we have vaccination and obviously the pandemic, COVID-19. Right here we have this kind of plaza. And you see over here, there's like this kind of like a advertisement on the, what do you call it, this kind of bus stop, right? Bus stop. And I'm looking for words to describe a bus stop. Right here we have it says to get vaccinated and get the COVID-19. So you can think of, multiple 2-dose shots like Moderna, the Pfizer, BioNTech, and we also have the more controversial one right now, which is AstraZeneca, due to the whole blood clot thing. But anyways, so there's these advertisements going down, and I do intend on getting vaccinated somewhere down the road. I'm not strongly for or against it. I think it has some weak points to it, even though I am in this kind of field. I'm in immunology and stuff like that. That's why I have my university level research and stuff like that. But nevertheless, I also would be a little bit tentative because they did rush through this when trying to get out these vaccines. It doesn't mean that I'm avoiding it. I still think that overall it's more beneficial than not getting it. That's for sure. And so right now I'm just not getting it because I've gone online. I went to the websites and so on and so forth that are affiliated with the government just to make sure. Right now they're trying to take care of the age groups of like 55 and plus, and also people over 18, which I am in, inside hotspots, which I also am in. Unfortunately, however, right now they're vaccinating the people. Well, actually, fortunately, because it's a good decision on their part to start vaccinating the high-risk people first, people with, hyperglycemia, diabetes, complications, heart palpitations, that kind of stuff first. So naturally, I am very pleased to hear that, and that does mean that I have to wait for my vaccinations later on, but it's not a big deal. And so, like I said, that's that. So I had to do some research online, and just take care of that issue over the weekend. So there we go, vaccines, pandemic. That's the next thing that I talked about. All right, so okay, after business and research and a little bit of immunology, as well as some vaccinations and pandemic situations, let's talk a little bit about this more lighthearted stuff. So this is Stoic Reflections. So shout out to Stoic Reflections on Instagram. You can find it right there. Just go like @that. Anyways, that's one of the few channels I actually follow on Instagram, and I'm not very active. I just upload and I just like turn it off. But basically, once a day I do see this kind of stuff, and from that channel that I do follow, and I very much appreciative that you can consider this to be shout out, which is to nobody, because nobody's watching right now. But the fact is, remember that you are going to die is the best way to avoid. I know to avoid travel thing is just something to lose. So this is, these are things these are psychological tricks and hacks to make life smoother for yourself. As to put Vox Stoica, another great channel on YouTube. That one would be on 22 Principles of Marcus Aurelius summarized. And so these are just good mantras and philosophical, psychological tricks you can use to put yourself in a more productive and more elevated and more happy state of mind when you're confronting challenges in your life. And so obviously life is just an obstacle course, so you'll no doubt at sometimes need these sort of things. And so I just put this up here because that's something that I wanted to appreciate and show some gratitude for. And that's that. So that one's by apparently Steve Jobs or whatever. Okay, moving on. So let's get on to the what do we have left? I think there's a little bit of stuff here. Here's the sensitive toothpaste, Colgate, that I also forgot to cover. So I scanned finally the images. I have to use this toothpaste, and because gum recession, it's beginning to start with me right now, and that's something that maybe some of you are familiar with, maybe some of you are not, and but basically I have to use this now, so that's great. So we're gonna stand up. We're gonna be a little more active now, and I've scanned that product and seen how it works. I'll move it down to the side here. There's not a whole lot I need to do today in terms of physical stuff, so we're getting up, we're moving about, a little bit more active and more engaging. That's region D1. The only thing I have to cover really is say that, I'm going to take one of these pies here. It's a lemon pie. This one's blueberry. I put it inside the work bag along with a banana, and that's it. That's pretty much it from my workplace. I'm going to eat for dinner. The only thing I have to update on here is just, first of all, I have to replenish this bottle of Proglucamune. So from Usana Health Sciences, once again, the company that I'm essentially business with. And so I gotta take care of that. Just turn on the light there for to make it a little bit snazzy. But so this one's running out in about 2 days, right? And so I have to take this and get the peel off, all that kind of wrap. You can see a little bit, but it's not that fantastic. You can see it. Anyways, I'll do that off stream. And okay, so. And I also have to replenish the health packs. So these Usana Health Science health packs as well. So with that being said, that's all the physical stuff we gotta get through. We covered the digital aspect, and we also covered the photography session. So photography, dietetics, nutrition, food, news, events, the pandemic situation, vaccinations, products, stuff like that, as well as business, and just physical items. So it's all done. There's only about 2 things left. The first one obviously has to do with digital stuff here. There has been some news I've been reading up on, but I don't have it open, so that's fine. And the next thing is just to say that it doesn't seem to be any comments, and that's great. That's fine. Still showing some appreciation for a few people who happen to follow me over on Twitch, and that's great. I do want to mention that I want to get back to someone who has who has followed up with me over on YouTube, and he's just another content creator with tech, and also someone else who is into music. And I believe if you've ever heard Brad Taste of Music, right now he's apparently going through a difficult time, trying to realize that he has a hard time with taking responsibility. And so you could say there's a little bit of a response, not response, but I want to get back to him in some way, because I'm going through somewhat. It's quite different, and yet it's somewhat similar. There's some overlap, and I think I'd like to try to at least give a little bit of insight as to what could be done. It's not advice. It's just something that I may have done in the past that may or may not be useful for him, and he'll have to decide whether that's most likely he won't even see the comment, to be honest. He has like thousands of people anyway, so yeah, that's that. So that's what I want to do, and the last thing, I have to go to work, and I'm late for work again, obviously constantly, and so shit, it's pretty late, and yeah, nothing but to deliver the take-home message and then just end the stream. So take care of yourself, your health, your finances. Make sure you take care of the people that you care for by taking care of yourself first. Become a strong, disciplined, responsible individual. I'm not trying to preach here. This is just me trying to practice what I do, and really just embody it personally. And I hope you share this understanding with me that you really can't do much for the people around you or society or your loved ones unless you can take care of yourself first. The best thing you can do for them is to make sure that they don't have to worry about you, that you're not a burden on their shoulders. And if you really have something of value to offer them, it will only be first acquiring that kind of. You have to have something of value to give in order to really give something valuable to begin with. And so with that being said, solve the problems and challenges in your life if you want to become next civil engineer. Reach the goals and heights and ambitions you set for yourself. You have something special aligned for your spouse. Maybe you have physical ailments, maybe disabilities, maybe whatever it is. Overcome them, and I hope to see a better version of you as well as myself in the next live stream tomorrow morning. This is Ahn Rho signing out. Thank you for tuning in, my dear hypothetical viewers, and ciao.